And welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I've got a kind of a fun topic. Do e-bikes and music mix? That's the question. And so as far as e-bikes and music, I personally am a music guy. That's especially music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's my era. And so I had a little bit of 90s. I shouldn't exclude the 90s. There's some good stuff in there too, but I do not play music though when I'm riding. And the reason why excuse me, the reason why I don't play music while I'm riding is because I need to hear what's going on around me. And I know a lot of people do listen to music, whether it be in with earbuds or headphones or Bluetooth speaker, but I don't know, there's just something about it for me that I have to be listening to what's going on around me. But I'd like to be able to listen to music. I think if I was going to set it up for myself, I would probably use a Bluetooth speaker so that I still have the ability to hear a little bit around me. But I don't do it. And the other thing is, I'd love to be able to listen to music, if I could, a little bit while riding and shooting videos, because I think riding and music kind of go together, right? And if I could, I would, but on the videos, but that copyright situation kind of throws that out the window, right? So anyway, you can let me know in the comments below if you've got music that, like, if you play music on your rides, and what kind of a setup maybe you have. And are you using a Bluetooth speaker? Do you just listen through earbuds, or do you listen on headphones? I mean, noise canceling headphones, that'd be tough, because you got to hear what's going on around you. But if I were to play music, I should throw out some of the music that I'd be listening to. I'd be more into this is me personally, I'd be more listening to classic rock. So I'd be listening to stuff, for me it would be like, first one that comes to mind, I'd want to hear like Eagles, Life in the Fast Lane. You know, that's a cool song for e-bike riding. And I mean, some other songs that I would want to listen to that come to mind would be like something like Fog Hat, Slow Ride. Another ride song would be Ride Captain Ride by Blues Image. I'm just throwing these titles out of the off the top of my head. I mean, you gotta get some Rush in there, a little bit of Limelight. Probably Limelight is probably my favorite Rush song, although they've got tons of stuff. But another one that would be, sticking with a Canadian band, another one would be Trooper. How about Raise a Little Hell? That'd be a good one for riding. And also AC/DC. Gotta get some AC/DC in there, one of my favorite bands. I'd have to hear how about Highway to Hell? That'd be a good one for cruising on the e-bike. Anything ZZ Top would be good. What else could we play? Oh, I'd have to hear a little Bryan Adams, staying with Canadian band, a few Canadian bands there. I'd have to hear Summer of '69, Springsteen, Born to Run would be a good one. Steppenwolf, Born to be Wild, that'd be a good riding song right there. I could come up with a pretty good playlist. I'd probably have hundreds of songs on my list, so I'd never run out, but maybe give a shout to a few of the songs that you'd like to hear in the comments below on your riding playlist if you set one up. It don't have to be classic rock. Maybe you're into country or rap or whatever. Lots of stuff though that would be cool for riding. I may eventually set something up, a Bluetooth speaker. I'd probably go that route as opposed to earbuds or headphones. Well, lots of debris in the bike lane here because recently we've had so much wind, and you can see all the debris. If the camera's picking it up there on the bike lane here, everything goes to the bike lane, so unfortunately we get the short end of the stick, which I've said many times it kind of sucks, but you know, that we get all the crap. I'm going to ride a little bit on the road since nobody's coming. That's the crappy part, is that we get all the debris that goes into the bike lane. We get all the sewer drains, you know, that we have to drive over, and sometimes they are sunk in, and so there's a dip there and it makes it difficult. There's lots of room for sure for improvement on fixing our bike lanes, making them better. I'm going to get back into the bike lane because I think we've got a guy going to be turning at that light there, and he's going to want in the... Eventually up here though, I have to get in the main lane, car lane. Maybe when you're riding and you listen to music, maybe you have different playlists that, depending on your mood of the day, maybe you've got more, you know, more upbeat music one day and maybe more, a little more slower pace the next. And you've made multiple playlists. I don't know, but I probably, for me, just put a whole bunch up there and just put them on random. I'm gonna crank it up here. Because you've got to get in the regular car lane, I wanted to speed up a little bit there to get into my lane okay and stuff. Still pretty quiet out here. We're daylight's slowly coming through. If you're wondering about the Aerial Rider Grizzly and its takeoff, it has some pretty good torque off the start. So if you start out getting through intersections, and I've said this several times, I like to get through them quickly because they can be kind of dangerous and all. I always want to get out of there, you know. And so I'll have it on the rear motor to start to get going a bit because I don't want to spin out with the front, both motors, and then you put both motors on, and boy, you can really move. It's pretty quick out of the chute there. That's one thing about this bike. And after having the Rad Rover as my first bike before this, what a difference, you know. When I got this bike, it took a little getting used to because I wasn't used to that kind of a torque, you know, right off the get-go. And if you aren't holding on and all, it could basically, if you have both motors like turned on right from a standstill, and you're not used to the bike, it could literally throw you off the bike. I mean, it's got, if you're riding along and then you just give it a little like it, you can feel it, just especially when you put the second motor. If you give it the throttle with both motors on like that, just give it that little oomph, you can feel it. It'll just throw you back. That's how much power it has. It's kind of like, I guess, like a roller coaster when you're taking off, you know. It's got a little kick to it. So if you're starting out, that's why I think starting out on with an e-bike, with your first e-bike, would be it'd be best to buy something that's a little bit less power, maybe, to start out, to get used to it, and then go to something more. Like this was a perfect setup for me, where I started with the Rad Rover and then went to the Grizzly. The one thing I had to get used to with this bike would be the weight of it. It was quite a bit heavier, you know, almost basically 40 pounds more than the Rad Rover, so that's quite a bit of weight. So if you want to comment on this video on your music setup and how you, what way you listen to music, if you even listen to music, or are you like me and you want to hear what's going on around you in your surroundings and you prefer not to listen to music. But if you have a setup, let me know what kind of a setup you have. I'd be interested to know. And leave a comment in the comments below, and maybe put in a couple of songs there, titles of what you listen to on your rides. Give me a few song choices that you listen to on your e-bike commutes. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed and would like to, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button and become a member of the team here at Oregon E-Biker Mark. And also the notification bell, if you want to hit that to be notified, you will be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel. So that's going to do it for this video, and thank you for joining me again, and until next time, take care.